review windows and doors because some of you will be getting there. What's first step for windows and doors?
Flashing.
Flashing.
Have to chalk that line. On the plywood.
So, bring it in, bring it in, bring it in.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Coffee.
Right here, this is your shower setup. It has a setup for your valve and for your shower head. It's also set up to where you could use it as a bathtub. Ours is a stand-up shower. So we're gonna go in and we're gonna put that cap on so that we can water test our unit. Before that, we got to do some tie-back and a little bit of electrical today, so it's a busy day. Once we get here, I'll just go like that and then pull them through, and then we can staple them all the way across.
That's class. There's nothing behind it. It'll be easy to stick out.
Yeah.
Honestly, you could just put those down, and then when we come over, do that extra. Do you want me to be up top, and we'll have someone wrapping it and someone up top? Because that top is pretty crucial.
Well, I think we only need the top for when we're doing.
No, I'm saying like when I'm down here, you holding that top piece, so it's not like that and it doesn't fall down. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we need 3 people to do that.
So what am I doing? I'm gonna be holding it, and you're gonna be what? Stapling behind me?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it that way.
I need to get my glasses real quick.
Perfect.
The glove.
Hold on, let me get to this corner. Let me get to this corner. I bet that looks dope, Edgar.
Edgar, let me tell you something. All right. Yeah, go ahead. Okay, so we were talking, we were working. You asked me what this does. Basically, you're trying to make your house weatherproof. That's the short and the long of it. Allows for moisture to come out, not to come in. Obviously, it's gonna, whatever you have on the outside of your house here in the Southwest, you're gonna have stucco. Some other places have different types of siding, whether it be vinyl or wood. But eventually that sideways storm that you get with rain is gonna hit the side of that house, and this is what's gonna keep the rain from coming inside of the house, is your weatherproofing tie-back. So it's a very important part of the system that we do here. It isn't just wood upon wood upon wood. There's layers in there that keep us from making sure that the water doesn't come inside. This is one of the most valuable pieces, because wood, after a couple rainstorms, will disintegrate into nothing. It'll turn into mush, and the integrity of your house is gone. So just this little membrane here, this tie-back system, keeps the wood lasting for years and years and years, a lot longer than what it naturally would if we didn't have this here. So this is a very important part of the process.
It's kind of like wax paper, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. It's breathable. I really like it. Tie-back, there's other systems out there. The tie-back system is probably the best system I think that's out there. It's a little more expensive, but in the long run, this is the biggest investment of your life, is your home usually. So you want to invest and make sure that it lasts for a long time. You got to keep your hand up there, Edgar, because you got to feel whether there's a window there or not. We definitely, on that first house, there's a few of us that just boom, arm right through the middle of it. And so that was a fun experience. Yeah, you don't want to get it too wrinkly. You want to try to pull it as tight as you can. There's actually marks on here, which is really nice. You can see the red dots. We play games with those. I got Junior as a partner, and me and him are competitive, so we like to see who can hit the nail right on the red dot. Ultimately, it doesn't matter as long as you have your spacing done to where it stays on right, but just makes the day go by a little bit faster when you can compete with one another. Edgar, are you ready for this? If you want to be on the outside there,
I don't know if
you can see one of the windows getting cut. This is a good show. Okay. I'll have in video when you cut those in the next. I'll tell you when. Come over here. All right, you ready? Here we go. Go ahead, Junior. Ready? So then once we get this up around the windows and the doors, we'll have a guy go in on the inside. What's he gonna do? He's gonna go and he's gonna cut an X in the middle of this. What ends up happening then after that is he's gonna fold those back, okay? And then he's gonna staple on the top there and on the bottom. So we're gonna have flashing that goes on all 4 sides of this. But if you take this and you roll it back here, you can tell when the rain is gonna come in and hit here that it's not gonna be just on the wood. Couple staples to make it set right. We'll cut off the extra so that the window fits right. But this is an important part of the process too.
That's pretty brilliant. So you're taking basically the window seal into consideration.
Right. And this is what disintegrates all the time. Okay.
Cut this excess off.
Cut the excess off right there. Then, like I said, we're going to put the window in. We'll shim that, and then we'll put the flashing on top of this. So we'll have flashing. It'll have the Tyvek system. It'll also have whatever siding that we use on top of that. And then, obviously, it'll have caulking, too. So you got caulking, Tyvek, flashing, and the siding, all between you and the elements on the windows and the doors. And the windows and the doors are where you lose all of your heating and cooling when these are not installed correctly. So the rough end framing needs to be right. If the rough end framing is not right, then we'll use spray foam. On top of that, you can use caulking, Tyvek, flashing, siding, and that will keep the heat in and the cool out, or the cool out in the wintertime. This window too, yeah. We'll go ahead and do all those, the windows and the doors, and wrap them all the way around. Ready? I'm gonna put that cap on. If you want to rerun this wire right here.
What cap?
The cap that goes on the shower head.
You want to do that water, huh?
Yeah, I want to do that water test as soon as we can.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm trying to be close on that. Yeah, I'll make the legs.
There you go. That's how you do it. Tyvek system installed on one side of the house. We need more Tyvek from the store, so we got the guy, our runner, going to get us some more Tyvek. We'll do the other side of the house. We'll do the front of the door. We'll do it the exact same way as we did the window, just like this. X in the middle. Pull these back so that we create a seal all the way across the front side of that window, and increase the longevity of your home that you are either building yourself and or having built for you. If you show up and these are cut on the edges here and this isn't wrapped inside, you can ask for an extra piece of Tyvek to be put on there, because this definitely makes a huge difference in the longevity of your home.
And then the shower valve goes in. And let me talk to Rick before I leave so that he can help you with the test, okay? Rick.
Oh yeah, that'd be
I
good.
would roll you on that wire, but I'm trying to see you do this.
So this goes to, see, they don't know if you're gonna put a tub on, so they send you all these parts. That's just the tub. If this isn't capped off at the bottom, then it'll automatically just run your tub all the time. It'll come out of the bottom instead of shooting up the top. I'll show you.
Okay, so if you were to have a bath and a shower, that white line would go from to the top of the shower head and to this?
Well, it's not a white line. Well, yeah, you could use a white line. Here, take this box, will you?
In there?
We'll put that cap, yeah, on there. In this house that we're building right now, it's just a shower. So, with the shower faucet set that we have, that they send out to us with what we purchased, it is set up to where you could actually have a tub as well. But this is a stand-up shower setup. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna put a little tape on here, okay? It's just the white plumber's tape, okay? Pipe thread. And then there's a cap for it, copper cap. You put it on here. I'll get my adjustable wrench. I'll give that a few turns past hand tight. And now we no longer have the ability to turn this into a tub. So if I didn't cap that off, we're about to do a pressure test is what we're doing. And so we're gonna check to see if all these seals, all these joints leak or not before we put the insulation, the drywall in. We gotta make sure that nothing's leaking inside and destroying everything that we put in. But if I wasn't to put this cap on, then obviously all the pressure would come out to the bottom and ruin the test. So basically I'm just capping this off. The cold comes in here, the hot comes in on the left, and then they combine together, whichever way you turn your valve to whatever heat you want, and then it goes up to your shower head up here. So that's what I'm installing at the moment. I'm gonna put this guy on here pretty soon. We get it up to the pressure that we want for the city pressure. I think that's around 60 PSI. And we're gonna see if all this holds. And then we're also gonna put the shower head on too. That way we have the ability to direct the water that we're gonna have here, and then also stop the water when we're ready. So stand by, that'll be happening in just a minute. Gotta grab another tool. Okay, so anywhere where we're gonna have thread on plumbing, we're gonna give that 2 wraps, okay? And that keeps everything watertight. If we didn't put in this tape here, it would leak, and inevitably it would leak every single time. So we wanna make sure that wherever we thread 2 pieces together, we're gonna put that tape on there, and that's gonna make everything, once that 60 PSI from the city hits it. So if it's copper to copper, you're gonna solder it. If you're going PEX to PEX, you're gonna crimp it. If you're gonna go finishing to your outlets, and it threads in, you're gonna put some of that plumber's tape in there, and that's gonna make sure that no leaks happen, because it's under a lot of pressure all the time. All right, we don't need that. We need this. Yeah, so you got your handle, you got your valve, you got your cover for your valve. We got to get this guy on there real quick. So what I do is I just get my pieces open, laid out, so I know where they're all at. That way I'm not fumbling through stuff in the middle of installation. And all these finishing pieces don't really have to be on it. We'll see if we can make it work just with the pressure test off the valve. Because this type of stuff doesn't go on until after your sheetrock and after your tiling, and that fits on the wall like that. That's more of your finishing piece. So we'll see how it all shakes out. All right, this is our crew today. We got Lisette, she's working with us. We got
a worker right here.
We got Junior. I'm the boss today. What we're doing is we're going to unravel this hose, and we're going to pressure test all of the plumbing that we've done in the house. So like I was saying before, we were setting up the shower. We're setting up the shower. We had to cap that off. We had to cap off the shower head. We had to cap off the valve. You want to use that one? Yes. Okay, hey, we're going to use a different one. That one has better threads on it. So we're going to now hook up a garden hose to our tiny home inside, and we're going to check all of the joints, that it pressure tests, that it passes, that there's no leaks whatsoever. And then we're going to plug it into the hot side, see if it does the same. And then we can then move forward by covering up all the plumbing with the drywall insulation and all that good stuff.
But real world water test, huh?
Yeah, real world water test. We'll see what happens. Right now we're looking at, that is what you call the washer and dryer hookup. We are running a garden hose to it, and we're going to turn that, once we have that on there nice and tight, we're going to turn that hose on nice and slow. We're going to pressurize the entire system. We're going to make sure that it goes all the way to the end, that it stabilizes. I believe, what are we going to leave it on for, about 20 minutes? 30. About 20, 30 minutes. And we're going to make sure that all the fittings that we put in and all the lines that we ran do not leak in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, so if it leaks, we're gonna go ahead and cut to commercial. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, this is where you figure out if you have any leaks, if you made any mistakes. This is a very important test. This is an interesting test, something that I hadn't done before I got to this school. So, no.
I don't know if it's on, to be honest. It says it's on.
You opened it all the way?
Yeah, I put it on the on. It might be backwards though. It says on, turn this way, but it might be backwards. Nothing coming down. I don't think it's on. You feel pressure on the hose.
Yeah, it's cold now. It's cold in
There's
here.
water running through that?
Yeah, feel it?
There's no water running.
Nope.
Rick, come here. Rick, come here.
Did you turn it on?
We don't even have it turned on yet, guys. Hold on. All right.
So we got the water on?
The water is now on to the hose. This is nice and tight. I'm gonna slowly open this up. I don't want all the water to run through there super fast and hit the end and break something. So I'll slowly open it up.
And keep an eye out for your lines.
The only place we got a little leak is at the garden hose itself. Not anything to do with the plumbing in the house.
So if there's a leak, it will take a little while for it to come out.
We're just tightening up the fitting itself actually too, and it looks like it's turning off. So this is a two-way fitting for the water to be put into the house. And it allows for us to do this pressure test. It's leaking at the garden hose side itself. It has nothing to do with the house, luckily. But we need to have 20-30 minutes of that pressure to be on there for us to actually realize whether it's leaking or not. But this leak that I'm drying up and tightening up is actually just on the garden hose sides to the fitting.
So far everything else looks good.
Yeah, I mean, and what we're looking for, it's still leaking from that garden hose side. I don't know if we don't have let me see if I can tighten it up a little bit more. What you want to do is you'll come in here and you'll put your hand on all of the parts of the cool water run. So right now, where that water will actually be coming from is from the 3/4 inch PEX. That goes down underneath the house. The 3/4 inch PEX will come up, and this is where it transitions to the 1/2 inch service line of the rest of the house. This goes down under the ground there, and it comes up over here for the toilet and for the vanity for the hot and water. I mean for the hot and cold water for the vanity when you're washing your hands. Then you have your shower behind us, and that's where these two lines come up and cross over behind this wall. You have two water lines that come up and go to the washer box here. So this whole system, you're gonna have a washer and dryer in here. You're gonna have a vanity where you're gonna have hot and cold. You're gonna have a toilet and a shower. So this is a full bathroom here, ran all with PEX line, which is really exciting. And so when we put the pressure test on, we're just looking at all these fittings here, wherever we've crimped it, and actually anywhere else, but this is where the problems usually occur, is right here at the connections.
So far nothing. It looks good.
Absolutely nothing, yeah. So we did have a leak on the first house that we did, took that off and fixed it. This is the second house where we've run water lines through, so we've learned a thing or two since the first time, and it looks like we're good to go. We did come in and we turned the shower valve on, so the mixture between here and here, we're testing the white line now all the way up to the shower head, and it looks like we don't have any leaks whatsoever. So,
And again, 30 minutes, 30 minutes.
yep, we'll take it off, we'll relieve the pressure on the outside there, and then we'll check the hot side too, because the other house that we're doing actually has the water heater on it. So we're not going to have anything through this side yet, but we're only able to test one side or the other at the moment. So for the cold side and the white side where they mix together, we know that they're good at this point. We're excited. Today's a pretty fun day because we spent yesterday doing plumbing, roughing it in is what it's called. We got all the lines run on the inside. We haven't done any of the fixtures on the top end of the plumbing. but we ran all of our wire. We've got a few extra pieces of wire that we're putting in for the smoke alarm, different things like that, where we're basically just tying up loose ends today with electrical, with Tyvek wrapping system, and with the plumbing. And then when you get to test it, that's the fun part, right? Because then you get to see if everything actually is working. If all your hard work paid off, basically. So when we get to run like a continuity test on the electrical, when we get to turn our lights on, when we get to put the water in, those are the rewarding moments. Those are the moments where you're like, oh man, you know, all my hard work, it actually is paying off, and it looks good, and it's gonna work for whoever buys this house. So today is a fun day, and then once we get past all that stuff, eventually today we'll move to the roof as well. So.